Hey guys, what's poppin' everybody? How's everyone doing? Today, I want to do something a bit different. I wanted to review one of my first sticks I've ever earned. Well, it's my second stick that I've earned out of 3. But I wanted to hear my take on it. I'm more of a pad player these days. I tried to learn stick, but I got frustrated myself. And I started collecting them for fun, just because I reckon they're pretty cool. Just like, I guess everybody has their little hobbies that people collect, people do stuff. But, today, should you buy this stick, the Hori Hayabusa? That's how you say it. And I'm gonna give you my opinions on that. Because, first things first, with this stick, I don't know if you guys can see, but that is a bat top. And I'll get into why I have a bat top rather than the default little ball it comes with. So with the bat top, or this specific bat top I should say, it has more of a rough texture to it, which matches the buttons. Because the buttons, they don't feel like your usual plastic Sanwa type buttons, they feel more texturized, I would say. They feel like they have a weird texture to it, and then having this weird texture with a plastic ball, it felt very, very odd to me. It didn't feel comfortable, it felt very, very strange. I'll be playing, focusing, and before I know it, I'll be like twitching my hand a little. It's because it felt weird. It was a weird cold feeling on my left hand, while my right hand had this weird texturized feeling. It's kind of weird to describe. I'll bring up a picture so you guys can see. But that texture is very bizarre compared to a normal button. But with this stick, with this little bat top, it feels much better. So if you are going for the stick, it may depend. Because with me, I was fine with using the ball, but I took a bat top from the Razer Pantera, stuck on this bad boy, and it's felt much better. It felt more natural. The inputs came out cleaner. Discretion, by the way, I'm not a pro or good per se with the stick, but with the stick I'll give it a little. That's supposed to be electric, but I'll give it a little input test. Show you guys what I can do with it at least. Well, I can electric pretty often, and then I can do some decent combos of it with very little ease, I would say. And then with the bat top, actually no, with both tops, I felt extremely light moving it back and forth. It just flicks. I don't know if you guys can hear that, the little spring just snapping back. Just by brushing the top, it springs back instantly, so you're able to get neutral quite often, and then you can do your crazy combos. So I get the big boy combo. Just like that, 103 damage, and then it may take me a bit. See if I can do a big boy combo. It might be a little too difficult for me since the practice makes a stick, I would say. In most cases, you can get some really good sticks, and I would say that this is quite a good stick. Just the texture thing, I have no idea what Hori was thinking of that. So it feels extremely weird. But that's really my main issue with the stick, is just the default stick. I would change it out. I would recommend changing it out if you do go for a stick, but you can adjust and use the normal circle bat if you really want. I think it's called a Japanese stick, I can't remember. Little ball bat it's called. But now that I'm done talking about the little bat, showing some inputs, let me just talk about the stick overall. So with this stick, I don't know if you guys can see, but these little panels right here. Boom, 2 for each leg. Well, 1 for each leg. Sits there nice and comfortable. It doesn't slide, it doesn't move around. It sits there nice and comfortable. You don't even feel on your legs. Just sits there, doesn't fall, stays straight perfectly. And that way you're not leaning with your hand, playing like that, I guess. Weird style. But it stays there, nice compact, and it's also good if you want to play on a desk as well. There's going to be no sliding or anything like that. And then there's also a Ps4 stick, so it has the little touchpad here. Difficult to see, the little touchpad here, which nobody's going to use that unless. Actually, no one should be using that. Even tournaments, PC, So it's kind of useless unless it's a Ps4 game where you need to use it, I guess. But most, if actually all fighting games really don't use it, to be exact. And then it has a nice glossy little shine on the front of the cover. Very glossy, I would say. You can see the dust quite easy on it, which is a little bummer because I like to, as I said, collect these mainly rather than use them myself. So it's a little pain when I have it on my little desk, just out in the open. After a week, it's completely dusty. It looks gross, but that's just me. I'm sure if you take care of your stick, have a little place to put it, and when you get dust, and when it look nasty, it'll just be there, it'll good, it'll clean. And then with this, I have opened it up. I was stupid. I opened it up from the back panel, which I believe voids the warranty, so don't do that. Because you can actually open it up from the front, and now I have access to your stick, your ball, so you can change it out easily that way. Which don't open it from the back. That was my bad. But with this stick, how would I compare it to a different stick, you should say? Well, that's a good question. Because with this stick, I use both types of tops. With this stick, it's nice. It really is nice. It feels like it's quality. It feels fantastic. It feels very nice. It's able to react. You can drum. You can slide your fingers. Buttons will press. But if you're getting really into it, I've noticed that it has only a short. With this, let's just get another camera at this point. But when you press the button, it has a very short little push. So maybe about that much, maybe even less than that, if you can see that. It pushes in very, very quickly and stops very, very quickly. So if you're getting really heated into a match, if you press, you would be. It's almost like you're slamming on the buttons just because how small they are. It's good for when you want to pop off and just glide through the motions and just really enjoy yourself. But I feel like in the long run, that they would become kind of bad, the buttons, I would say, just because how. Like, even now when I press it, it feels kind of weird depending where I press the button at. It feels like stiff, almost. It feels almost stiff. Like, let me flex real quick. Like if I bring out this boy, stand more buttons, and I'll just do press, just a little click like that. Very light, just very light. Very little finger action going on there. Well, this, it feels like I naturally hit the buttons harder. Because I hit the buttons harder, the buttons are I'd say a bit louder. Buttons are a bit louder. The stick itself is a bit loud as well. But me personally, I love just hearing the loud sounds. But if you play late at night or have people that don't like noise, I guess I won't probably have a fun time with this stick just because it can be a bit noisy. I'm missing 100% volume right now, and I can hear this stick louder than the game itself. And then about it on, I can hear. Because other people will play with their headset on, surround stereo or whatever. And with this, I can hear it extremely, extremely loud. Every little thump, and then as you hit a button, when it hits the side and bounces back, it has its own little echo. It feels like I'm not giving this stick much justice, but for a cheapish stick, especially one that isn't Samurai, but I don't believe it's Samurai parts. It's a good. I want to say it's a good stick, but once you've gone to the Razor Pantera or this stick I showed a second ago, it's really, really hard to come to this stick. And I know, I think K-Koma is a Tekken professional, uses this stick, but I believe his is modded with an actual, what do you call it, Korean stick. This is just a bad top, not a proper Korean stick. And he uses it, and he does extremely well with it. So I have to say, it all comes down to preference, because if you're looking for a cheap stick, I would say this would do good, or they also have another version, which is, I believe, significantly less cheaper, and was used by the main Sweep for quite a while. But even he says that once he's going to the Razer Pantera, that he can't believe the difference. But even so, this stick could become a project stick if you're low on budget. You could definitely, I mean, definitely. Now, let me. Oh, I'll do a cool combo, but I failed it. So you could definitely have some justice with the stick. We'll give this stick justice, especially when, unlike me, who isn't adjusted properly to sticks yet. I'm still learning myself, as I said. I'm not no pro with arcade sticks. Well, the stick is a cheap alternative compared to a lot of stuff out there, but there's also combo sticks that are really good as well. There's even old sticks. The stick I showed here, which I've customized, of course, was an old stick. It was a 2012 stick, a Mad Catz stick, and that feels really good. The buttons before didn't feel good, but I replaced those myself. Which is what you can do with this. You can replace it. You just use it for a project stick, your first stick, I guess. As a first stick, I would recommend it, but if you have something, well, let's say you bought the Razer Pantera, but you got the Xbox version, but you have a Ps4 now, for example, and you can't use that stick, and you don't want to get an adapter in case of latency and stuff like that, and you're thinking, no, maybe I should get this stick because it's an upgrade. I wouldn't say that. Actually, no, you shouldn't probably think that's an upgrade. What you could do is you could probably take that your old stick or a different stick, or even get not even another stick. You could get this stick, buy specific parts for it if you enjoy the kind of thing, or yeah, as I was saying, you could buy your specific parts, change it up, make the quality how it should feel, because the entire body, everything feels good, sounds good, but just the main problem, I would say, was just the stick at first. It was way too different feeling compared to the buttons, and that really threw off my game personally. But I've had good things with this stick. I've used the stick maybe for about 50 hours total. I come back to this stick just because of the bat top, and the way the buttons feel. It's a different take, I would say. It's a unique take, I would say. I believe they did this with the other Hori stick for Ps4. They had package deals that this came with Ps4. But it's a nice light stick. It sits on your lap, comfortable. The ball top, maybe it'll pain at first if you get it. If you're new to fighting games and you just want a stick, or you've been to arcades and you're like, man, this is fun, I would really like to get a stick myself, I would say go for it in that regard. It's just something that you're going to play with on the side, put some spare money for a round, but not too much spare money. I'd say go for it, give it a try. And then you can do some nice crazy inputs, and then just have a lot of fun with it, I guess. But that's the main part. As long as you have fun with the stick, because it's a different experience from controller. You may just want a different experience, you may just want to change the stick, you may just want something to learn with. Something that won't be as expensive as, I don't know, it's expensive, it's $300, but you don't want to spend $300, you may just want to spend 150, or hell, you might want to be at PS4, and be like, hey, the stick comes with the PS4, that's great, I love playing Tekken, Street Fighter, and so on, I'll get the bundle with the stick. And you could definitely do that, I see a lot of people, I can see a lot of people enjoying playing with the stick, especially since Hori is a big stick company. They're, I'll say, one of the best. They do work, even with my little mistakes with inputs and so on. But if I grab the main bad boy, which is what I use, I feel I unbound the buttons from that. But that's my preference. And who knows, the stick may be your preference. You may really enjoy the stick. It's a good way to get into sticks, I would say. Just looking at it, it's a guilty pleasure, I would say, this stick. A really guilty pleasure. Because I have it, but I also have other sticks just on, you can't see them, but I have other sticks here. Personally, this stick, it's sentimental, just because this stick was the one that I wanted to use the most, wanted to play with the most. But as I said, I got frustrated with myself when I started using sticks, and I swapped back to my pad. It's a little bummer, but what can you do? It's all about preference, all personal preference. It's a fun stick to bring out. Yes, it's muscle memory going, and just enjoy yourself with. And then, hell, you can even, I do this. You can use the stick for PS1 games, maybe old Game Boy games. Anything doesn't need a D-pad, I guess. You can just use this for as well, which is pretty fun. Have the arcade experience at home. But that's what I think of this stick. There's definitely a lot more I talk about, but since I've only used it for 50 hours, I can't say how durable it is. It feels pretty durable. I can't say how long lasting it will be. As I said with the buns feel like the buns feel very weird. I don't think they'll ever stick, but it just feels like as it stiff. Maybe I just have to break them in. But after 50 hours, I thought they would be broken in by now. But it's all personal preference. But that'll be it for Hori Hayabusa. Hayabusa, that's how you say it. It's a good stick. It's a good stick, just this is better. I wish I could wave dash one-handed, or wave dash at all on it. But I can't. But that's my take on it. I'll review my 2 other sticks in the future. Do my takes on those, so you guys know what I think. And if you buy a stick, I hope you guys actually enjoy it. Or whoever buys a stick or has a stick, I hope you guys enjoy it. You can find quality out of it and find long use out of it. Or maybe it'll become your main stick, who knows? Hopefully. But that'll be it for me, boys. Take care, guys. Have a good one.